How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we work together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. My name is Henry, and in this episode, we're going to talk about why you are struggling, why you personally are down, why you can't seem to be positively focused on the future that is in front of you. If you want to do big things, if you want to accomplish a life that leaves you fulfilled, happy, and full of inner peace, then this is going to be the episode for you, because we're going to talk about why you specifically might be struggling with that. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep healing breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you, and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. All right, well, we're going to do another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear today, get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you, and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So I've been thinking about this message a lot, and it's just about how do we get in that positive state? When we're struggling in life, how do we become positive? Because when you're in a low frequency, when you're not aligned with the version of you that you can be, everything can be difficult. And so I'm going to talk through a few things and see if they align with where you're at now. And if they do, then hopefully the perspective on the other end of this will be able to uplift you and see how great you truly are. You see, when you're in a low frequency, you may not be a bad person, you may not do bad things, but on the inside, you could feel empty. You could feel like everything you're doing is fake, that you're putting on a fake smile, that you're putting on fake happiness. Every joke is fake on the outside. Everything that you're doing is an act because your internal state is not operating. Or it could be your internal state is reflecting externally. You're not able to have jokes with people. You're not able to be around people. You're really turning into a negative person that people don't want to be around. And it probably ranges. Some people are one extreme and some people the other. But what you are is the same. It's operating at low frequency. And if you want to change this, there's no easy way to do it. And what the hardest part is, only you can change it. You see, the idea of this podcast is to give you perspective so that you can be the change that you need to see. Everything is happening for you to give you the opportunity for change. In fact, everything that you've been through, everything that your life has given you up until this point is a gift. Because it's not over. The only thing that ever exists is now. If you can close your eyes and just have this vision of this timeline happening, think of a pencil going across a sheet of paper, an endless sheet of white paper, and that pencil is moving. It's going down the line and you see it drawing. Well, in truth, when the line is being marked, all that actually exists is the mark that's under the pencil at that moment. As you move forward, we have a memory of the line that's in the past, but that line is no longer there. You cannot go back to that line. If you forget and everyone else that was aware of that situation were to forget, that line would not exist. So the line only exists because we remember it. And so what that means is there's only the now. So nothing has been wasted. Nothing is too far gone, no matter what you have done. Of course, there's consequences to what we've done. You may be in a situation that you don't enjoy because of what you've done. But the reality is our internal state is not dependent on the external. So all that exists is right now. So if you can align and say, everything has been happening for me. That doesn't mean it's fair. It doesn't mean it's good. What I think you need to accept is how powerful you are. And I know I've said this in the past few episodes, but why wouldn't it be that you're such an amazing being, that you're such a powerful being, that you chose an experience that would be difficult so that you could create love where it wasn't? Like, why wouldn't that be you? Why would we have the perspective of us being less? Why would we have this perspective of us being unfortunate or us having an unfair life? Like, why would that be your perspective? You are an amazing being and you're capable of amazing things. Everybody that has achieved greatness came from a position where they didn't have that. Anybody that has expanded came from a position where they didn't have it. And the same is true for you. You are on a quest to provide love where it isn't. So if you're surrounded in a life where there's none, then you're exactly where you need to be. What we have to change is our mindset. You see, if you start waking up every day, even if it feels fake, and saying to yourself, I am meant to be here. I am meant to be the good that I wish to see. I am meant to be the healing, the love, the forgiveness, everything that has been missing in my life. I've noticed that it's missing because I'm the one that's supposed to create it. You see, the people around you that are bringing you down, the circumstances that are bringing you down, they're not aware of what's missing. But you are. You are meant to be the change. Why wouldn't you believe that you decided, that you raised your hand and you saw all these energies, all these beings that are struggling, that are lost, and they keep repeating this cycle over and over and over, and you said, I'm going in. I'm going to be there. I'm going to discover love. I'm going to bring it to him, and I'm going to be the example of what healed energy can be. I believe that's what you are. And I believe it because you're listening right now. There are so many people that are more negative than you, more angry than you, more hurtful than you, more corrupt, all of the terrible things that we can think of, and they don't care to change. They're not listening to a positive mindset podcast. They're not reading self-help books. They're not trying to raise their frequency. That doesn't mean they shouldn't, and that doesn't mean they won't in the future, but they need you to be a higher frequency. That's the calling that you're feeling. So don't feel like this calling to be better, this calling to improve your life is an indication that you're not enough already. It's your higher self telling you it's time. You needed to go through this experience. And the more extreme it's been, the more painful, the more unfair experience that you've had, the more powerful of a being that you are. And there is no comparison. There is no, well, this person overcame this, so they're a better person than me. Or this person does this, so they're a better person than me. This person has this many followers, so they're more important than me. Those things don't matter. Those things can only exist if you create it in your head. The only experience that matters is yours equally to every other experience. You see, when you accomplish your mission, when you find love and you bring it to yourself and then you become the example and then you give it to those around you, that doesn't mean they'll receive it, but you'll have done your part. You will become a creator of it. You will become a light bringer where there was no light. And that's your mission. And hopefully, maybe one person, maybe two people, maybe 100 million people will discover your energy, will benefit from your energy. But the value of you is not dependent on how many people are lifted up by you. The value of you is how much you can raise your energy and how well you can stay consistently in that vibrational state. And that's the goal. So if things haven't been working out for you, if you've been struggling, it's because you haven't aligned on who you truly are. Your mission is not to be CEO of whatever company. Your mission is not to be the greatest athlete on the world, to be this, to be that. It's nothing material. You can absolutely do everything materially that you want, but that should be second to your mission because you don't take any of this material experience with you. You don't take the car, you don't take the money, you don't take the status. All you take is your energy. We know that energy cannot be created and it cannot be destroyed. So the energy, the frequency that you represent, that you act in every single day, that you think in every single moment is all that matters. Now, where you take that energy, whether you take it to work, whether you take it to the ball field, whether you take it to your family, that is okay because it's going with you everywhere you go. And it will fall in alignment. The better you are at raising your frequency, the more powerful you create that love energy within you. Of course, you're going to be successful in anything you desire to be. Of course, people are going to want you around in anything you desire to be. But don't think of it as, I want to achieve this. Think of it as, I need to be this. because that's your gift. That's your goal. That is your mission that was bestowed upon you. Whether you raised your hand to do it yourself or you're just it, either way, you matter so much. And so if you're feeling down, if you're feeling lost, it's because you're just not acknowledging your value. So thank you for the journey so far. Thank you for the pain that you've gone through. I know it wasn't easy. I know it's been hard. I know you're probably hurting right now. But I promise you, when you heal, when you go to the other side, the gift that you're going to give somebody else from your healed energy is going to be amazing. Imagine somebody giving it to you. Imagine somebody showing up right now and being the healing that you need now. You see, you will be that for somebody else. It's coming. The wake-up time is now. There is no timeline for how fast you'll achieve it. There is no goal. It's all about the process. Every single day, wake up and do a little bit more in the process of gratitude. Do a little bit more in the process of thoughtfulness. Do a little bit more in the process of forgiveness. Do a little bit more in the process of love. Because as you do it, as you raise your vibration, you will be the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and got you to remember how valuable you are and how important your mission is ahead of you. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link right down below. It'll keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to support this show, I have officially launched my Patreon. It's a link down below. There's a lot of cool stuff to come with it. Right now, if you subscribe, you will get commercial-free episodes. I'm going to be uploading meditations on there. These are positive mindset meditations that you can listen to and align yourself with. There's going to be lives. There's going to be a lot of really cool stuff in it. And I can't wait to build this community there. So if you want to check it out, be one of the first followers down below. The link's down there. Go ahead and get set up. I'm currently adding content to it now. So thank you so much for those of you that have done that. And of course, if you want to follow me on Instagram or TikTok, there's links down below for that as well. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.